this morning? Okay, a few. Okay, so this morning we went over some basic warm-up stuff, and we're going to be continuing that into more specifically how to use our voices deliberately to say different things. So different kind of just little, I often call it, tools in the belt. Ways to kind of go to different gears when we sing, to say different things, rather than just singing with the same sort of tone all the time, and just increasing our kind of vocabulary with tone. Do you know what I mean? That's so poncy. Vocabulary with tone. Sounds so over the top. Okay, so yeah, we've done the warm-ups. So briefly, we're looking at just the warm-ups we do before we lead worship, which, we don't want to do longer really than 5-10 minutes, otherwise you just tire yourself out. But then there's the warm-ups we do, or the exercises we do to increase our capacity as singers, which we don't do that on a Sunday. So we did the warm-ups, we did a bit of the that sort of thing, getting your breathing as a reflex and not just piling on air. Yeah, got it? Great. Okay. So we'll turn this off. We'll probably get singing some songs together. What we'd like to go through is looking at voice qualities, we'll call them. So we'll go through different things, really specifically how you can do it. We touched on it from some of the questions earlier. And maybe looking at some harmony work, how's best to kind of find harmonies. That'd be really good. And if we've got time, we'll sing together. We might even hear one or two people sing, and be up for having some work done on your voice. So you need to not be embarrassed or too easily offended. It's all kind of a safe place here. But sometimes actually working specifically with a voice and saying, okay, can you hear how they're doing this? It's easy, working with that person. It's really nice. I would love to work with all of you, but we don't have time. But working with one person, seeing how they learn, seeing how they can correct something, is actually really useful. Okay, cool. So it's weird starting halfway through a warm-up, who's already done. Let's stand up. Okay, so we're going to, remember when we were doing E-R-E, going downwards? So E-R, they're warm-ups which are kind of opposite. E is really twangy, R is really warm. So we're going to do that going up. And we're going to go E-R-E on a half scale. E. Good. Now try and just really feel the phrase of that. Phrasing's really important with singing. So you can hear it's like E-I-E. Try that. Good. E-I-E. So what we don't want to do is like labour every note. E-I-E. E-I-E. Not every note we sing has to have effort all the way through. Okay, and it's easier in the voice, and it's more musical. So more musical. I often think about how violin bows. How, think how instruments do it. It has that sense of movement. Can you feel that? Almost like it's dancing. E-I-E. Try that. E-I. It's helpful, E-I-E. Good. Afraid to use your head voice. E-I-E. Good. E-I-E. Good. E-I-E. Good. Good. Go for it. E-I-E. Good. We can carry on phrases, but that sort of thing's good. If you've got time, have a keyboard. Go up by tone or semitone, and it's good to just listen to your voice. Really feel the difference. And actually, you'll feel that as you change notes quicker, you'll feel it in the back of your throat. So there's a soft palate. So there's a hard palate, which is the roof of your mouth, here. And then it goes all soft at the back, and that's where vibrato comes from. So, and fizz drink. And also where your note different, the note changes happen. So if you go, E-I-E, feeling that from the back of your throat to it. E-I-E. Do you feel it changing at the back slightly? E-I-E. Because a lot of time people change notes and too much effort on their chins. E. Do it again. E. A good actual practice to see if you're using the back of your soft palate nicely is if you've got clean hands. Pop your your thumb in your mouth on the side and do the same thing and try and get the shape of that vowel without using your mouth. E-I. It really makes you be aware of the back of your throat, isn't it? E-I. Good. E-I. Good. E-I. You feel it? It's a good exercise to do. If there's a phrase, a quick phrase, so often anyone who does like R&B or gospel stuff, if there's a really quick phrase that you can't master, find the points of the phrase and then put your thumb in so you're making sure the back of your mouth is doing it and not just the front. Just those for kind of fast riffers. That's helpful. Also, what we're going to do is we're going to do an extension on that exercise, okay? And we're going to look at a little bit more control from down here, okay? So if we can just go here. So we're going to go, repeat after me. E-I. So we will be going over those funny breaks in our voices. Can you hear that? So try it. E-I. So it's an extension out the one. So it's E-I. So it's just those last I. The penultimate two notes are an R. Okay, try it. E-I. Now this exercise is about trying to maintain the same tone as your vowels change and as you go across your voice. Okay, so it's not about making them different, which the exercise was before. This is about maintaining a really smooth sound over all the kind of joints and kinks in your voice. That's what this one's for. Okay, try this. E-I. Good, we're gonna do that one more time and we'll go up. E-I. Good, now we're gonna do it twice each time and work up. The second one, we're gonna try and go staccato. So that's the but we're not going to do it from here. It's from here. Everyone should go. You'll feel it here. So it goes. Listen to me do it once. We'll do the legato one, so the smooth one, like the violin. Okay? Have a listen to me first. Listen to me first time. And then we'll do a slightly staccato one. And it goes. Just listen to me first. Did you get that? E-I. And it's not too loud. So when we sing softly and percussively, lots of control. But it's all from here. And try not to do it from here. It's really good control exercise. Try it. So the legato one first. So the smooth one first. E-I. Hold that note. Staccato one. And on the way down is legato again. Did you feel that? It says, listen to me once. Sorry. E-I. It's tricky, but try it. And try and make those as quiet as you can. And we're going to go up. E legato. E-I. Good. E. Good. Very good. We'll go up one. Stuff. Oh, we missed a bit of pitching there. Let's try that again. Make it really tiny as you can. It's harder to sing quietly on support. It's really important we learn to sing quietly on support. Otherwise, when we sing quietly, we just end up just being breathy, which isn't great. Okay, it's not good for your voice to sing breathily. It's really restricted. Okay. down the octave if you want to. I realise there's a lot more women here. It's still the same exercise. Not that that it doesn't have to be. That's 2 octaves lower. So try it. See it in your. Yeah. Does that go too high? Great. Okay. Just do it in comfortable pitch. Ready? And really open up on those top notes. Okay. Staccato. You'll find as you go higher, you can't kind of squeeze up to those notes. You can be quiet, but you have to be very deliberate. I often think of it, here comes another picture, like a dart. You can't kind of half throw a dart, can you? You've got to go, it's got to be precise. It's the same with head voice notes, high notes. Just sing that. You've got to, you can't go, if you go, kind of embarrassing, awkward, kind of, I don't know if I can get this note. You've got to just go, if you go, squeeze to it. High notes need more room. Just do a quick siren again, like we did this morning. Woo! See how high that is? And what happened when you do it? You open up naturally. All these techniques that we're doing are things that we do naturally when we speak, when we sing, when we do things. But often we kind of close things down and make things harder for ourselves when we sing. Do you know what I mean? So go with your body. That's a really good exercise. Also, for another one for singing quietly and a good head voice stretch is everyone puff your cheeks out like a hamster and blow out at the same time. Can you feel the support here? This time I want you to make a tiny little siren, so wherever it is comfortable in your voice. Can you feel how good that is for your voice? So what's happening is your vocal cords are meeting together really nicely when you do that. You don't have the air's not in the way because the air's in your cheeks. So what it's getting is that beautiful closure on the vocals like this. And it's really smooth. So often when we sing quietly, we go really breathy, and it's just not nice. And what happens is your vocal cords are stretching forward. It's like a really good kind of like stretch for your vocal cords. Do it one more time. And this sort of sound is really good for, when you're about to cry, and your voice kind of goes like this. It's really embarrassing, and when you're really moved, this happens all the time, and you can't speak normally like this. We're not doing this. Classical singers stay in that tone. Okay, and that's beautiful. And the reason it sounds like, when someone sings, going back to When I Survey, or see from his head, it's in the same place, his hands, his feet, really sorrow and love. Join in if you want, but keep that, everyone just do that. It's really controlled, loads of this, but it's forward. It's not, so if I went, see from his head, his hands, his feet, it ruins it, doesn't it? Because you don't believe that I'm actually looking at the cross and saying, he is bleeding and dying on that rugged cross for me, taking the sins of the world upon him. And you wouldn't shout at him doing it. If you were observing that, you'd be like, reverent. So all these things are giving us kind of emotional vocabulary when we sing, not to be manipulative, but to just get that sort of undercurrent of, let's be reverent. Let's be reverent when we're singing. That's leading worship, right? Not just going for a song that's already anointed. The song is already brilliantly written, amazing melodies. But what we're doing is in our human nature, adding to that with an undercurrent of, okay, we want to say reverence. So let's just sing that together. See from his head. Ooh, is that feeling? His hands, his feet, and be as the diction. Get your, really get all those. Even when it's soft, even more. You need to make sure those words are enunciated even more. Because if I was going, see from his head, his hands, his feet, it doesn't have that even when it's soft, you need to have that sense that these lyrics are loaded with meaning. See from his head. Carry on with me. His hands, his feet. His hands, his feet. Sorrow and love. Woe and love. Aren't these words amazing? Flow, mingle down. Flow, mingle. Keep it in that place. Did such love and sorrow meet, all thorns compose, so rich a crown, so rich a crown. Good. So you're saying, with your tone, you're saying reverence, you're saying intimacy, you're saying, I'm observing this. It's not about me. You're saying, look at him. The next verse, what does it say? Forbid it, Lord. So the thing is saying, in light of that, I'm looking at myself. Forbid it, Lord, that I should boast. Safe in this. There's a bit more like that celebration is starting to come. Safe in the death of Christ my Lord, or God, whatever it is. All the vain things that charm me most, I sacrifice them to him. So it's a response, isn't it? So there's a bit more maybe speech involved. So there's the voice quality. The one we did then, okay, we call it tilt or cry. Technically, people call it cry because it's that thing of that what your voice does when you're emotional. And we pick up on that and we sympathize with that because we go, oh, they're emotional. Oh, this means something, because in our human nature, we recognize that sound, right? So next bit is kind of in between. It's a bit more speechy. It's conversational because we're talking about us. So forbid it, Lord. Forbid it, Lord, that I should boast, that I should boast. And even there, sorry to stop you, I'd make it a bit more speechy. So maybe less held notes. It's up to you. It's however you want to interpret it. I would interpret it. Forbid it, Lord, that I should boast. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe, like you still want to make it singy, but there's something about bringing speech, and this is another quality called speech, where when you actually you bring it into the rhythm of how you'd speak it and be really enunciated and just a bit more, so your larynx has gone back into kind of a neutral position. Okay, try it again. Sorry, I interrupted you. Forbid it, Lord, that I should boast. It's still got that sense of reverence, but it's a bit more speaky. Safe in the death. That's positive, isn't it? That bit, safe in the death. There's that sense of, God, safe in the death of Christ, my God. Yeah? Am I saying the words wrong? Saved. Oh, I've done it differently. Safe in the death. Safe in the death. It's an old language, isn't it? I think safe in the death sounds good too. Safe in the bring your testimony, the things that tempt you, the things that make you go, do you know, bring them to mind. It reads. When you think of things, it reminds, what charms you most? Stuff. You know, even like confidence in how many friends you've got, or, bring those things to your mind. And I can tell you, it reads. Even if you're not saying, it reads testimony. Bring your testimony. Oh, the vain things that charm me most. I sacrifice. I'd bring them up a bit here. Then to his blood. What is it? What's the words? What is it? I sacrifice them. Anyone remember? None of us. His blood, it is, isn't it? Correct me. Shout out if I'm wrong. I don't have the words in front of me. I wasn't planning to do this song. To his blood. There's something about, yeah. Now, we're going to talk about belting, okay? And usually you only want it in one bit of one song. And it's the moment when you go, ugh. Do you know what I mean? Or you're declaring or you're outpouring. It's that moment when, the woman anoints his feet and she goes, ugh, break it. Have it all. Do you know what I mean? This is embarrassing to everybody else in the room, but for me, this moment is yours, and I don't care who looks on. Ugh. And there's something about the sound of belting. We all do it. We all do it to get someone's attention. Okay, imagine someone's just pinched your iPhone or any other product, any other thing that's on the market, Samsung, all that. No product placement here. Okay, someone's pinched your wallet or something from your back pocket, they run off, and you just notice, and you go, oi! Hey, oi, hey! We make this massive noise, and we all have it, okay? But what happens technically is our larynx kind of goes up and back, okay? So it's the reverse to the woo. It goes small. It's so malleable, your larynx, okay? And it goes up. Okay, so I wish I had something to draw on. But our kind of trachea goes up like this, and it goes back. And our larynx kind of goes up there like that, okay? So when we're singing normally, la, 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 la. Can you hear it? It's got a ceiling. Okay, and you either bring it back down again, la, 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 la. Can you hear that? Can you hear it goes down? With belting, it goes up and back. La, 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 la. Back there. Okay, it's really all these things you can do with your voice. You can put so many colours, so many things in your voice. Now, belting, you have to just be deliberate. It's perfectly safe if you do it properly. If you don't do it properly, it's like changing gears without putting the clutch down. Okay? So belting. So men start belting from about a D, there. Women start belting from an A, there. Okay, whereabouts. Okay, so everyone just go, A. Someone's just like, when you're a child and your mum saw you nick something, and all they need to do is do that. Like, oh, ah. Do you know what I mean? That my mum used to just make that noise. Up, like, don't you dare that thing. It's the same thing. It's belt. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be that much louder. It's the tone. It's the timbre of that note that makes it's not always beautiful. It's powerful. And it sounds like a declaration. Okay, so everyone should go, hey! Hey! Now, what can you feel? What's your body do naturally? Tenses, but really feel specifically what muscles. Hey! It's higher, isn't it? It's higher. So what it is these muscles here. It's your lats. Kind of like under your armpits and under your back. Hey! And you also need, it's these down, this up. Hey! So it's like your shoulders go this, so it's like your chest comes, you don't move your shoulders. Don't move, this has got, shoulders have barely anything to do with singing. The more relaxed they are, the better. Okay? Hey! Hey! Now hold it. Hey! Yay! Good. Some sounders over here, I'm hearing it. So, yes, it's these down. Sometimes you want to, someone told me, pretend you're squeezing oranges under your armpits. But sometimes that makes you tense your shoulders. Do that with just with the lats. Or like you're holding heavy shopping bags. That sort of rooted thing. But you only need to do it on the notes. You don't need to prepare for it and then go, it's on the note. So, okay, the best melody I can think of is do you remember the ayo, ayo? But just that bit, ayo. It's the vowel shape. Not every vowel can be belted. So we're going to go. So actually, guys, if you we'll come back to you in a minute. So women, we are. Do that note. So that or is thrown away. Good. So I'll do it. You repeat it. Good. Some tenors, some guys can belt up here, but I don't want to start there. Up, up. And it's as if the sound is going backwards. It's almost like the sound is hitting you. You can't go, it's not forward. Head voice is forward. Ooh. Belting is backwards. Ay. So almost like sometimes if you're finding it hard to get that, literally just go, ay. Ay. It's like for the fonts. Ay. Ay up. And then that was a really just rubbish one. It needs to be clean. Can you feel it? It shouldn't have any restriction. And it sometimes takes a bit of getting used to. It took me ages. I learned this at drama school when I was training to be an actress. And I used to have every day what I've affectionately called a belt down when I couldn't do it. Every time. Because I was a gospel singer. That's what I learned to do. And everything was high notes through twang. Yeah. It's all here. Belting was a different thing for me. But it's really useful now I've got it. But I couldn't do it. And the more stressed you are, the less likely you are to do it. Because it needs to be quite free. So, where are we? Up. Up. Very good, ladies. Up. Up. Good. So if you can go A to C, that's lovely. Some people can belt much higher than that. But I think it starts sounding shrill much higher than that, doesn't it? I mean, some notes. Do you know the song, Forever He is Glorified? If you get that properly, it's a big old Forever He. It's just good to get that. But then, love so amazing. This is a B. This is a nice, it's B. Love so amazing, so divine. Yes. Right, fellas. Ew. There's only two of you. Is there any more in here? But it's important. I don't want to you're here too. Ew. Up the octave. That was the right note. Can you get it? Sometimes it's hard to mimic a woman. It is same pitch as me. Ew. Ew. Yeah, so chuck it back. Ew. Ew. You'll find that men have more scope for belt than women do. No, I'll get onto that in a minute. Honestly, men and women have very different voices. Ew. Ew. But that second note, chuck it away. Ew. Nice. Together. Ew. Ew. Amazing tenor. Ew. Good. You don't really want to go much higher in church. But do you find, a lot of these, there's a big trend of songs that go up, we did this morning, octave leap. It's not the best for girls, but sometimes the men suddenly go, oh, here we go. And it's a great way. So I honestly think, you might disagree with me, that men connect slightly more to a lyric when it requires a bit more of them physically. There's something about it. It's like when it gets high, okay, come on. It's that sort of football anthem. When they can put a bit of welly in, and most of the time for women, it's the opposite. If it means they have to think like, if it makes them, because it's a vulnerable place, you either kind of go classical or belt, and it's like, it's all good place. So when it's lower, it's a bit like, I can connect. Do you know what I mean? I love to belt. I love to sing high, but I'm trained. I know my voice, so I know where it's going, and I know the exact notes which are good and the exact notes which are a bit dodge. Do you know what I mean? So I'm working on the dodge ones. But it's slightly different. So that's when you have to put it in a place where, when I'm picking worship songs, I try and think, okay, how much of it's down the octave? Sometimes don't do any octave leap, just put it in the middle. And if it's a big bit of a song, I try and get it to at least a C, so the guys can still. Do you know what I mean? You have to think about, and sometimes girls end up always just being really good at harmonies because you can't hit the notes. It's often so you have to be. It's worth thinking about, and sometimes girls put songs way too low, and then the men are like, I'm singing in my boots. But in the same way, I want women to have stronger head voices and belts, so they can sing those songs, and also for men to connect a bit more to when it's lower in your voice, because there's so much treasure in the low part. In worship, I miss a baritone in worship. They're all the people who write worship songs are all tenors, high, and you know what I mean. It's one of those things. I'd love to hear more baritone and more alto, soprano, just different voices represented. But we'll get there. So let's sing a song. Worship song we do all the time. Should we look at bless the Lord, oh my soul? We did it this morning. Okay, let's do it in a girl key, and then we'll do it in a guy key. What did I do this morning? Should we try just that Love So Amazing quickly on a belt while we've gone there? So, we're the whole realm. We'll do it in a man key in a second. Of nature minds. It's got that air of that were an offering far too small. Start ramping up here. Love so amazing. Now, you've all gone into head voice. Girls, some of you maybe have belting. Love so. Now that put that into belt. Up. Suddenly you're all louder. Love so so you start the belt on the so it's not me, it's A. A. It's the same vowel. Can you hear that? Love so amazing. So breathe after so. Love so amazing, so divine. Lovely. Bring down demands my soul. Stay nicely in tune. My life, my all. Fellas, should we try it? Girls can sit down for a sec. So let's take it into we're the whole realm here. We're the whole. This is quite a lot up. Ramp it up, guys, ready? A nice D, yeah. Let's do it again. Love so amazing. So you don't breathe too much before. You don't need any air really to belt. The less air, the better, honestly, because air will just get in the way. So try again. One long phrase. Love so amazing. So can't play in this key. Oh, what am I in? What am I doing? G. So, my life, my all. Give them a minute, clap. Okay. Let's have another example. What's another big belty song that you know? In Christ alone. Which bit? I'm not sure. Let's do a song that's not a hymny thing. Yahweh, Yahweh. Oh gosh, that's hard for girls to sing. We love to shout your name. Old school, love it. Do you know, you can tell how things have changed. Because this Darlene check. I sang with her once, and I literally took notes. I was like, Lopez, just watch. I was like this. What is she doing? What is she doing? Vocally, how she led. And I was just like, because she's someone who you can look, there's people who are special, who just outpour. And it's not about ego. She's an example of someone who just goes, whoa. She's like the woman who anoints Jesus' feet, like, boom. Use my voice, use my physicality, use everything. She's special. So she wrote, but she's not afraid to sing high. So this is in B flat. My Jesus, the range of this song's massive. My Jesus, nice low note. My Savior, use it down here. Hello, from Surrey. Those who are in the first one, we were looking at different things. Hello. So do that. My Jesus, my Savior. Yeah, use that again. My. Yeah, their Savior. Lord, there is none love. We don't need to belt this bit, gentle. All of my days, I want to praise the wonders of your... Funny chord. I never know that chord. I haven't prepared this one. My shell, I love that note. Tower of refuge and strength. Let every breath. What is this chord coming up? Apologies. Okay, head voice. Do you want to belt that? Maybe. Hang on, no, let's just do that bit. My comfort, my shelter, tower of refuge and strength. Let every breath on. Sorry. Get that to be a lovely head voice. Let that note be really head voicey. Worship you. Don't squeak to it. Worship you. Like a dart. Pound, pound, pound. Worship you. So like long notes going forward and use the w, sha. Do you know what I mean? Use all those consonants to do that. Never cease to work. Lovely. You shout to. Let us sing. Power and majesty, praise to the King. This isn't really a belty song, it's head voice. Since bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of you. So for this one, I'd probably, most of it, not belts, little notes, maybe. Hang on, shout to the Lord, all the earth. Let me just sing it for a second. Let us sing. Power and majesty, praise. No, that's where it would go. Use that. Pray. Everyone go, yay. Woo. That's forward. Power and majesty, praise. The secret is getting that p and making it open up. So as soon as you go, it's nightmare. Power and majesty, praise to the King. Mountains and the seas will roar at the sound of. Now you could slightly belt on that bit. So mountains bow, no. Praise to the King. Mountains bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of your name. So name. It's just trying things out. There's no prescribed way of doing this. You think, what do I want to say? Mountains bow down and the seas will roar. I wanted to say that. That's why. But you could sing it differently. You know, if a church was in a celebration, if something massive has happened, you'd sing something very differently, as if there's been a massive loss. Do you know what I mean? If you sing a song saying, "You're my comfort, my portion in time of grief," it's still the same truth, but the reaction would be different. You'd sing it differently, right? So there's hundreds of ways of singing this. I want to sing a bit more of a belty song. That's actually not very much, but it's head voice. It's up here. But it's really important to get that strong and not start going whimpery up there. So just really strengthen it. There's loads of exercises you can do. You know, just a quick, you know, ooh is a really good vowel for head voice. Ooh, sing that. Ooh. in there. Voo, 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 all that stuff. And there's no shortcut to strengthening that. You just got to do it. Okay, who wants to come and sing? Who wants to be guinea pig? Go for it. Come on. Sing it. What do you want to sing? If I know it. What song do you love at the moment? We've already looked at that song, so why don't you try another one? Anything you sung like that's been in church? Oh yeah, I've got words. I might do. I'd love you to do one that you know the words to. Did you do Amazing Grace? Do you know what I just come to mind? I mean, it's old school, but it's one of my favourites. Do you know Be Still for the Prayer? Let's sing a hymn. Be still. Do you know it off by heart? Try it. Come on, get on the mic. Hold it. Now, if I speak, I need to go on this because it's being taped. What's your name? Sarah. Sarah's going to do for us. Be still. Okay. I am. No, you can't go that way. I'll say a little thing, because I think this is really practical. Nerves are good for you. Okay? It's how you channel them, yeah, and how you... If you don't have any sense of nerves, then there's usually not in a sense of an occasion, and sense of, this is a moment. And it's like that when I do perform any sort of performance outside of church. I'm like, I get a bit worried if there's no nerves because I probably think I'm a bit full of myself. Do you know what I mean? If there's that sense of a nerve, and actually, when we come to worship, I'd love there to be a bit more of sense of actually this moment with this group of people in the presence of God won't happen again. We might gather again the next week, but this moment with what you're going on with this in this week, with whatever's going on in your life. This is a moment for encountering God that we won't get. And as I always hark back to the woman who anoints Jesus' feet. That moment was so, that if it had been 10 minutes later or 10 minutes before, it would have been the same. So we have to capture that moment and be like, this is important. God says he inhabits the praises of his people. What? So the living God lives in our worship. So we need to have that sense of occasion. And it's okay to be nervous. But the problem is when if there's no support, it goes here. Okay? You just have to spin it in a positive way. Do you know what I mean? So no, it's all just adrenaline, and it's the same feeling as being excited. It's all just adrenaline. And just nerves is just the negative side of it. And excited is the positive side of it. So it's just getting a grip here, not doing too breathy. What you want to do is go, like, then all them nerves will just show up and it'll be like a big wobble. Yeah? So it's okay to be nervous. It's a good thing. It means that you respect this group of people. It's fine. Let me get it up here. That's a side note. Just don't be... It's a good thing. And if you do get nervous, put yourself in positions where you're nervous all the time and sing through it. Just me, because there's no way of going around it of getting better with it without that adrenaline there. Do you mean? So it's getting yourself used to it. So all of my students who are nervous, I'm like, perform anywhere. Open mic nights, sing at cell group, do anything which makes you that nervous, because then you learn to support through it. So don't shy away from it. You can't hop, skip and jump over it. You've got to just go through it.
Come bow
that gorgeous? Have you come from a classical background? So I can hear it from a mile off, and it's not because it wasn't sounding massively classical. The thing that classical singers have in spades, which is a really good thing, which I spend half my time trying to teach contemporary singers to do, is the sense of phrasing. Did you hear that? The sense of, we're constantly sort of line. So it's that whole thing that I was saying about how would a violin do it? It's really good, and it was all in head voice, the whole thing, which is really good. But there's work you can do into get, especially those lower notes. Maybe just going into a bit of speech sometimes. So what is this word? What is it saying? This song? Obviously the title. Be still. It's saying stop. Yeah, be still. In Him no sin. It's got that reverence. It's like the beginning of When I Survey. Yeah. In Him no sin is found. We stand on holy ground. Be still. So actually, that attitude was a really good attitude. But maybe just having it less. It was all the sense of the beauty of your voice, which is gorgeous, and just that sense of line. Now I want to hear a bit more of your testimony in it, right? So even like, let me pop this back on here. Be still for the presence of, so be, sing that note, be, now go be, like you're speaking, so you want to mix that together. Be still for the presence of the Lord. So still using that shaping, but a bit more speech into it. The Holy One is here. Think how you'd speak it. How would you speak it? I know it's awkward to do this. You've got one mic between the two. If you're saying it, you're basically telling yourself. Yeah. You're basically telling yourself, aren't you? Yeah. Half of the Psalms are talking to ourselves, going, take heart, be still, my soul. Like, my lips will glorify you. Reminding ourselves, we need reminding all the time. It says, be still for the presence of the Lord. The Holy One is here. Just me. Whereas you're going, be still for the presence of the Lord. The Holy One is here. Do you know what I mean? You know when people speak out liturgy and it's a bit like that, like reciting, what we want to have is a little bit more you. Yep. So just try it. I know it's hard. No. Yep. Be still for the presence of the Lord. The Holy One is here. Come bow before Him now with reverence and fear. In Him no sin is found. We stand on holy ground. Holy, less than awe. Almost like a sense of art, is it? Okay, yeah. So what Sarah, isn't it? So what Sarah's got is a very warm tone, which is actually what most people want. You want that. Can you hear that? It was a really beautiful. There wasn't a na na na. But sometimes you want to have a little bit of something that opens it up. In Him no sin. So you've got the ooh, ooh. It's a bit of the blade of the note, a bit of the kind of top end. You just go yee. Okay, go. You see, that's lovely and natural to you. To that. Lovely. So what you want is to have a mix of it. If it was all top end, it would be really shrill. If it was all warm, it would be a bit mushy. In Him no sin, which you can sometimes get, which might be on where you err. You want to balance it. So it's like selfie. In Him no sin. So what you might want to do is make that vowel a little bit brighter, a little bit more of an shape. Just try it. In Him no sin is found. Next phrase. Yeah. We stand on holy speech. Sorry to interrupt you. Get more speech in that without actually changing the rhythm. So she was like, be still for the presence, which you want to be able to do, but maybe the first verse, you want to set the rhythm, but you can get the speechiness in it without saying, change the rhythm. Be still for the presence of the Lord. Do you know what I mean? It just sounds a bit more vulnerable, doesn't it? When the Holy One is here, still having long notes, but a bit more speech. Let's just do that last phrase. Be still for the presence of the Lord. Lord, Lord, Lord. Presence of the Lord, the Holy One is here. Be still for the power of the Lord. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. It's moving in this place. So, even with the lyrics, you're starting to declare something. You're speaking truth over these people. Was it be still for the power of the Lord is moving in this place. I love this. He comes to cleanse and heal, to minister his grace. No word too hard. So this is just truth. You're reminding yourself truth. It's less what's the word? Contemplative. Gosh, I'm useless. What is the word? Contemplative. I can't say it. You know the word. Thanks. Certain words I just can't say. Yeah, but this is a declaration. I'm really struggling today. Try it. I want you to be like, this is true. Declare, no work too hard for him. In faith, receive from it. You know, in faith, receive from him. Yep. Be still for the power of the Lord moving. Glorious. I will. Come on now. Be still for the power of the Lord is moving in this place. He comes to cleanse and heal, to minister his grace. Okay. It'll get more controlled, but to minister his grace, no work to. You want to have a gear, don't you? Yeah. You want to have that go. It's just nice to have it in. And the more you practice it off the platform, the more likely you are to use it in a place of pressure. But who cares if it sounds a bit rough around the edges? Who cares? I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less if someone cracks a note, as long as they mean it. Do you know what I mean? But off the platform is where you practice it going, do you know what? I want to say that note because I want people to know that he wants to minister his grace and that no work's too hard for him. By faith, receive from him. Do you know, I want to be able to say it like I would intercede it. Say it like I was preaching it. And say it like I was praying it. Like it meant something and like that moment counts. And actually the way you sing that might make someone change their mind about Jesus. Do you mean the way you sing something might go, whoa, that's him. And rather than just sing the same song we've sung for 30 years or however long this song has been around, the way you sing it could bring it to life for the first time for someone. A song that they've sung since they were a baby could suddenly go, pff. I know a girl who grew up in, thank you by the way, you can sit down now. Good job. There's a girl that I came along to my church. She had marriage prep, and her and her husband were choral singers. They were choral scholars at Oxford and Cambridge, and they came to church. And suddenly, we sang a lot of hymns at my old church. We did a lot of kind of new and old together, a lot of organ joining in with the band. It was glorious. And this girl came along, and we were singing songs that she knew. She knew in her head, and we were singing it with this passion for the first time. And she realised that she knew so much of the Bible was ingrained in her from songs that she learned as a child through hymns. She was reading the Bible for the first time and realised that she knew all those scriptures through songs, but it came to life by worship teams singing them like they meant it. And she's been singing those same songs for 20 years. So don't disregard the power of singing like you mean it. And just work on your voice in the quiet place, in the secret place. We do it publicly as well. There's nothing to be embarrassed about, but just go for it. Even if it cracks, who cares? I'm sure like when Peter was preaching to 3,000 people, his voice wasn't, I'm sure he was just like gushed and was just like, whoa.